Hey, I'm Haley.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're listening to Personality Hire,
the podcast where today we are just giving it to you live action.
Live action, riff in the raff.
We're just riff-raffing today. We're going to give it to you live action. We're just going to catch up, and we're really going to go back to old times. We're going to go back to when Haley and I first began this podcast journey, and she and I would just treat this like our own personal catch-up sesh. We're going to do that today.
It's like a FaceTime.
It's truly...
We're all on FaceTime together, and I can't think of anything more girling than riff in the raff.
Yeah. I mean, this is the podcast that made it out of the group chat. You know what I'm saying?
It did.
Like, this is what it really did.
It
actually
traveled.
It
bought
really,
plane tickets.
Yeah, and it made it out of the group chat.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be doing today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I did a face mask last night.
Yeah.
I did a sheet mask.
I
That
love
one of
those.
my favorite makeup artists. Her name is Katie Jane Hughes.
Okay, love
She's
her.
she's truly
she knows what she's doing.
Bucket list item, like lifelong dream would be to get my face touched by that woman. But she put me on this face mask, and it's a sheet mask. It's like an SK2 one, but I put it on, and it just reminded me that my face is so big that no face mask, the sheet masks, none of them, it never covers my face.
It's supposed to be like the right.
Sure, but
mine goes like long.
Okay, mine
On my
doesn't.
Forehead, it like almost goes to my hairline.
No, I can't even hardly relate to that. I'm talking this. I'm lucky if it gets like to my eyebrows because
No way.
Haley, why would I even make that up? It's so wild. I have the longest face in America, and I'm not like pulling it down. I'm like putting it on the right way, and it just barely covers any part of my eyebrow, my forehead. It barely makes it down to my chin, and then on my nose and my eyeballs, I have to spread it open.
I sometimes have to do that with my eyes.
But it just makes me wonder.
And my nose, I just want to rip that part off. It grosses me out. The mouth part grosses me out.
I mean, I guess I understand maybe in other cultures specifically, like SK2 is a Korean brand, and I understand that
is it
Korean
the snail
features
mucin one?
No, it's not.
Okay,
I have
that
to
one,
take a picture for you.
I love that one.
But I understand other features in other cultures or other ethnicities. They're different. And so mine is just like spread the fuck out on my face. And it's like I just need more surface area.
Yeah.
Because I'm not reaping the whole benefits of the sheet mask. And I just need to know, does anybody else put on a sheet mask and go like, what is happening?
I'm sure.
Like my face I got a big face.
I used to do them with my ex-boyfriend, and
Did he had a big face. I don't even have to ask.
he had a
big
huge
face.
And he had...
Well, he did. In our minds, in my world, he had a big face because I don't see it. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be a
funny.
hater. Bye.
No, that's funny. I'm crying a little bit. That like instantly made my eyes water because it's funny because I was like, had. And you're like, no, for real.
He had. No, he had.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Speaking on like being harsh and tough love, there is this TikTok fitness trainer. He's out of LA. He is this tall, beautiful black man who reminds me of someone who I don't even think he ever played football because I don't think he had the not like he was like, you guys are nonsense. Like he is such a no bullcrap guy.
The trainer is? Or the
Yes,
oh,
the
okay.
trainer. Like this person is so rude. He makes these videos where he's like, you want to know why, and excuse my language, trigger warning language, and kind of like body stuff. So if like you don't want to hear body stuff, like body dysmorphia, I just want to say like I didn't say this. He says this, and it's, I don't know. I think everything's funny. I think a lot of things are funny, and I think this is comedy, and I think he's really he is a client, and it's me. I want to be his client.
But is he intending it to be funny?
No.
Or is he,
I think it started out that this is
okay.
how he was, and then he started making more videos because people are like, why are you yelling at me? LOL, please don't stop. Like,
So now
because
it's
he's
his
so
shtick.
funny. Like,
Okay.
And he doesn't mean to be. Like, you can tell that this is who he is. He's like, you want to know why you have that fat ass belly? Your mommy belly? And he's dead serious. Like, you can tell this is not an actor. Like, he's not.
What does he say? Wait, no, keep going.
And
What
then
does
he gives
say?
real, like, he was like, you're making this far too complicated. This is what you do. Like, basically he's saying, cut it out with the cardio, cut it out with processed foods. And he was like, these are some simple exercises. And he gives like simple body weight exercises in different like forms of them and modifications. And they're so good. And as someone who's been in the fitness world for so long, I'm like, this guy really has it going on. And I could never do that because of the way I look. I
was going to say, this
pull
man,
that off.
I understand some people need that little bit of tough love in the terms of motivation from like a trainer or something. I could not. See, there's an anger inside of me. And, you know, some people know this about me and some people don't. If you're close to me, as close as Haley is, for instance, you know that I got a little bit of fire up inside of me.
Yeah.
If this man was saying these things to me, especially about like your mommy pooch or your mommy belly, I would have to just pop.
Okay,
I could not.
I wouldn't want him to say, like, be looking at my body and tearing me up about it. But I think he's speaking in general terms, like, stop complaining, like, do this thing. And, like, if he looked at me and said, you know why you have that cortisol buddy, he'd be like, you don't sleep enough. And I'd be like, I know.
See, you
dude,
do, but
I want someone to, like, just no nonsense. Let's do it.
You do handle people being a little bit rough around the edges a little better than I do, because to me, I'm like, no,
because I think it's their problem.
But I just mean like,
Like,
in
I'm
terms
like,
of, I just mean in terms of like this man saying this to like motivate you. You can separate that and be like, he's not actually saying this to me
directly.
He's saying it to motivate. It's just a tactic.
Yes.
I can't.
I
just
be
immediately
like a football
go,
player in that
why?
sense. Like
Yada.
Come
here.
I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, you
like,
can.
I get
you
very
can do
football
that. Yeah.
playery about that. But anyway, I think that's interesting. But in the business world, I'm not like that. You talk to me in that way, I'm like, I don't want to work with you because you clearly have your emotions are not in check. So that means you can't make logical decisions and we can't work together productively because you are flipping out over something that's like in the big picture.
Yeah, I think when it comes to working with someone and trying to like accomplish a task or a project, it's oftentimes people don't know how to articulate their emotions or their opinions on a project without becoming personal. I found anyway, which is why
I'm sure you see that a lot.
I'm just like, we gotta timeout. You personally need to go timeout, and you need to go for as many minutes as your age. That's what I was taught to do, and that's what I currently do with my daughter. So
wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Actually.
So let's say we're on a call and you are blaming me for something that didn't happen on a big project. If you are, I don't know, 41, 42, 43, that's going to be the minutes that you're going to be in timeout. And you're going to just sit in your thinking chair and think about other ways you could have handled the situation.
And do some dragon's breath.
And another thing I tell my daughter to do is turn her calm brain on. I say, turn your calm brain on. I'm going to need you to turn your calm brain on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's amazing. I think it's hard sometimes in the business that I'm in with like people in creative fields get so irrationally, and it is irrational, irrationally upset about things that are not in their control. And I try to think that way. Like, what part of this, I can be upset about it and I can vent about it. But to take my emotions out on another person when that person doesn't have control and I do not have control over this situation, it is unproductive.
I've come a very long way in that vein, because I used to be someone who's like a little bit, I was hot, especially when I was younger. I just come from a hot place. I come from a very like justice needs to be served place.
Okay, I do feel that.
Like a lot. Like,
also, both my parents were attorneys at law.
Yeah.
I was like, justice does need to be served. And
respect,
that's how my parents
like, and just like, you're going to respect me and
Everybody
everyone
should
else.
give
So
respect.
because I come from that perspective so often, like I've had to come a long way and do a lot of self-work, and I say to myself multiple times a day, what can I do to change my situation right now? And if it's nothing, you got to let it go. And if it's something, you got to do it. And then sometimes I need to put myself in as many minutes as what? I need to put myself in timeout for as many minutes as my age.
And there is
also, that sounds wonderful.
I want to go to
be in
timeout.
timeout.
I want to go to timeout for 2
several
times
minutes.
my age. I have an old soul.
I'm going to go to timeout for 27 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's it. That's it.
Time
is up.
Never said a funnier joke.
No, I think, there are people in this world who are like solutions oriented people, and then there's problems. Like, there are people who like to
Did you see
dwell.
also?
Yes.
You're not watching.
I
Haley said
could've
that,
brain farted.
and I literally looked at her like a dog, like,
"Huh?"
like
Yeah.
wait, what?
Ruh-roh. Yeah, it was very Scooby-Doo.
Wait,
But
so
not
you're saying
our
they're
Scooby-Doo.
solution-oriented people, and then
they're
other people that
problem-oriented people.
focus on the problem more.
People like they just, okay, so here's the problem. And there's two people working on this project. One person just can't get over talking about the problem. They're upset about the problem. They wrap themselves up in a nice little, like, Selena Gomez in that blanket when she looks like your abuela. Like, that meme?
No.
No? Okay. Everybody else does.
Selena Gomez or Selena?
No, Selena Gomez.
Oh, okay.
There's this picture that went viral.
So not bitty bitty bum bum.
Not bitty bitty bum bum. More.
I have a controversial thing to say to you. I prefer bitty bitty bum bum over Gomez. That's all I wanted to say.
That's okay.
Okay.
Be careful because the Selenators,
I'll keep one eye open.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye out for Selena.
I'll keep an eye out for her.
There's a reason Nikki said that. It's because her fans are wild.
Keep an eye out for Selena.
I don't think Selena would care. I think her fans are just.
Come at me, bro.
They're scary.
Come at me.
But anyway, they like to wrap themselves up in a warm blanket of problems, whereas the other people are like, okay, how can we solve this? And that is a problem.
I think in my past life, when I want to say this. I do want to say this, but I want to be delicate about the way that I say it, or intentional. What do the people say?
Intentional.
I want to be intentional about this narrative
Yeah,
that
I'm
going to create. When I had a past life, when I worked for myself and I had a business, I feel like some of the people that I worked with within that business, I would come at everything with a solution. I would try to be like, we're going to fix this, whatever. And then some of the other people in that equation were very much like, we're sinking,
Burning.
baby.
Yeah.
We're sinking, baby, at all
SOS.
times. And that there's just no way to turn it around. Like for them, there was just no way. And it was just, this is it.
People.
And like, this is it. But then I don't know. I'm not also saying that I don't know. Yeah.
You're not saying you're the most perfect person on earth.
I'm just
but
saying
you are a solutions.
I try to get it
person.
done, baby.
You are.
You do
Every
too.
time.
You do too.
I do try to. I do need a moment of like, I need to get this off my chest. This is how I'm feeling about this.
But this goes back to something I told you that you know this about me, and this is also like something that I say on this podcast, which is wild because anyone can hear it, but I also don't say it to anybody, really just like you and close friends, is I really am so, to a fault, ingrained in me is this thing where I'm like, oh no, anyone can do anything. Like anyone,
I think it's a good thing.
can do
though,
anything.
they can.
But what's the alternative to that? Like just being like, I can't do anything. I can't do nothing. Like I'd rather be like,
well,
butterfly in the sky.
I can fly just as high. Oh, I said just as high.
I don't know.
I don't know the words.
Me neither.
And that's not as inspirational as Twice as High.
Also, LeVar Burton, who was in Reading Rainbow, was also in Star Trek. Do you remember him?
I remember him, but I was too young for Reading Rainbow. I know. I never saw it.
Not even one time.
I saw YouTube videos as I aged.
I don't know why that is so funny to me that you've never seen Reading Rainbow.
No. So the last time I saw Reading Rainbow, I was nannying these kids, and the mom was like, I used to watch the show, and so now I put it on YouTube for my kids. And the one little boy, he wanted to watch the train one, like this one where he read a story about trains and he was on the train. Nice guy. He felt very like papa, grandpa. You know what I mean?
LeVar did? LeVar Burton?
Yes.
Yeah.
He gave the voice vibes.
LeVar,
I realized he wasn't a grandpa age.
Right. No, he
reminded me of a grandpa.
The voice of a generation.
Yeah.
And he's on Star Trek. What do they say on Star Trek? They say, live long and prosper. Isn't that what Spock says? Who says that?
Girl, again, I ain't be knowing, but I'm sure it's Spock.
No, it's probably The Rock.
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Another hard left, because this is just a chit chat. We're just gossiping. I love The Rock's new line of men's body wash at Target. I love it. It's called like Papa Tui or something like that.
It would be called Papa Tui.
It smells amazing. I've gotten 2 scents so far.
What are your scents that you like?
Coconut scoundrel. I don't know. It's
I
coconut
don't
something.
like coconut smells.
It doesn't smell like
'Cause
coconut though. It
smells
doesn't.
like Sunbum.
It doesn't. I swear. No.
And I love Sunbum.
No, next time you're
But-
rocking through Target, grab the one that smells like coconut. Give it a whiff. It
Okay.
doesn't smell strong
It's
like that.
fresh.
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
even describe it. And then the other one I have is like a sandalwoody thing, which you know
Ooh,
I love. Yeah,
love
I know you like
sandalwood.
it too.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Love it.
Papa Tui.
Papa
Papa
Tui.
Tui.
Live
Tui.
on and prosper.
Papa Tui to me, Papi. I don't know.
Oh my
I
gosh.
shouldn't have said that.
We're gonna put that on a hat.
It's-
Papa to me. Papa
Papa Tui to me, Papi.
Papa do it to.
Papa Tui to me, Papi.
And then I'll just wink after you say it.
Papa Tui to me.
Papa to it. I still can't say it. It's a tongue twister.
Wow.
Say it one more good time.
Papa to it to me, Papi. That time I thought about it too much. Papa to it to me, Papi. I had to say
Papa
quick.
to it to Pop. Sandalwood. Coconut. Sandalwood. Coconut.
Yum.
Yeah.
The rock.
Yeah. The Rock. I can smell what he's cooking. The Rock.
I love it. He's kicking some fresh flaves.
That's it. That's all I have.
All right. Well, I love that. I'm another.
Anytime today you've had to make a hard transition, you've said, I love that. Because I
do
keep
love it,
saying,
though.
I know, but I keep saying very out of pocket things to you when you don't know what to do. And you just keep
Also-
looking at me so kindly. And you're like,
Well,
I love that. I'm
No,
going to touch your
no,
hand when I say
it's
this.
not that. It's the same thing when I do. That's funny.
Oh, right.
That's funny.
I love
and
that.
like I go, I love that.
I
And like
totally love that.
I just straight up say what I'm thinking.
I love
like
that.
I don't. Yeah, I'm thinking about it still when I'm saying it, and that's why I just say a phrase, and it sounds disingenuous, but it really comes from the most genuine place.
I want to talk about something that has to do with you, but I don't know. Haley and I, for anyone that's curious, we try to do as minimal editing to this podcast as possible to keep it authentic because she and I really value the authenticity of our conversations.
Yeah.
So that
It's
being
literally why
said,
we started this.
Right.
We
Yeah.
were like we should just record
Yes.
all these talks.
So we very minimally try to edit it. But I would love, can you talk about where you're going this weekend? Even if the context
yeah.
is like, just
Yeah.
like the
I'm going-
RF.
I'm-
Can you talk about that?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm a maid of honor in a wedding, and we're hosting a bachelorette party this weekend. And on Saturday, we are going to the Renaissance Fair. Huzzah! It is very much out of my realm of comfort, but also not because it's like I do weird things all the time. And I got to tell you something. It's weird. It's weird. Let's not mince words here. Renaissance fairs are weird. Does that make them not fun? No, it does not. I do a lot of weird things.
But they're peculiar.
They're peculiar.
It's
And
kind
I
of
know I'm
like-
going to see a lot of colorful types of humans. And I'm used to that. And I'm okay with that.
The Ren Fair is the OG LARPing, and LARPing
It's
is live
LARP-
action role playing.
Yes.
and we've been doing that.
I ordered elf
for
ears.
so many years.
Let's just say that.
Did you really?
The elf ears are on the way. They
Wait,
should be
I
here
didn't
today.
know. I had no idea.
I'm going to be.
I thought you were going more like bar maiden type vibe. She was a fairy. She was a fairy.
I'm recording the TikTok. I'm doing it. Hold me to it. So when I was thinking about this, first of all, I have limited funds and minimal time. So I was thinking, I'm getting something that I'm going to wear again. I will not purchase a costume for one day when I'm I feel like I'm always asked to do this. And I'm just like at the point of my life where I'm like, I'm buying something I'm going to wear again. So I took my butt to Reformation to get this dress that is like, what do you call those? A drop waist. And it looks like a barmaiden dress.
You know, it's very romantic era.
Yes.
Very like
but that's in. Like that's
Yeah, for sure.
Milkmaid dresses.
very much, very much in, very
So-
much cute.
And I'm very lucky that they are in because then I could buy something that I'm going to wear again.
But I have to counterpoint you and say, where are you going to wear your elf ears again?
Nowhere. But those were $5.99.
Okay, well, I still think you need to hold on to them because, like you're
I'm
saying,
sure I
you
can
need
find.
there's a good
I
side
think if
quest.
One day I'm going to check to see if me and Jesse aren't going to say anything. We're going to see who watches this, who actually watches the clips because
We're gonna have our Spock ears on. Back to
gonna have-
Spock.
Yep.
Back to Star Trek.
it always comes back to Star Trek.
I have two crazy memories of the Renaissance Fair because we
You've
went
gone?
as a
You went as a family?
a field trip.
Okay.
Never as a family. My sister really enjoys it, and she goes with her friends like unironically, like they think it's super fun.
Yeah.
But
Well, everybody who I've told, by the way, has said, "Oh my gosh, it's so much fun." So
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I never had any doubts that it was going to be fun. Like we're just going to go and be silly and have fun, and that'll be fun.
It's gonna be. You will have a blast. I know you will.
Yeah.
But the two memories I have
Huzzah.
about it, huzzah, is one. There was this bad little boy that was in my. I think this was in 5th grade. We went. This bad kid that was in my class, and not bad. I hesitate to say that now, but I'm like, Mom,
He was
because I'm like,
naughty.
he's not bad. He just was,
He had ADHD.
He really probably
was
did.
untreated.
Yeah, exactly.
He needed to get his wiggles out.
But I think
he
his
needed
name.
a fidget spinner.
He needed time out for the amount of his age that he
Yeah.
never got, but that's beside the point. But his name was Eric, I think. This is the same kid in my 5th grade class when we had to design a box of cereal for like a project. He designed
Butt cheeks.
caca puffs and made them. His shape was little poops.
That's cute.
Honestly, genius.
It's cute.
Truly
People
genius.
would buy it.
But also, we went to the Ren Fair and we went to the station. There was one where you could do a paraffin dipped hand, like a wax hand.
And he did the middle finger. He definitely did.
So fucking lutely.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey Jesse," and he had been dipping his hand in the paraffin, and he was just like, "Look," and dipped it out, and it was the
Middle finger.
Birdie wordy.
Yep.
And I said, "Ah!" And the second thing I remember was there was a character, like a Ren Fair cast member, if you will, walking around, and he had a crazy little puppet monkey critter on his shoulder.
But it was a puppet.
Yeah, and that he had control of it, but it was not quite a monkey. It was like this very peculiar looking thing, but he would walk around with that and make it talk and stuff. So just if you could let me know if that's still there.
I'll be taking lots of footage. I'm excited.
Yeah, thank you.
I will be.
Should we live stream? I don't know.
Maybe I have live stream.
Maybe you should live stream.
Yeah. I don't think I have enough followers on TikTok, but I can definitely do it on Instagram.
You'd probably get them immediately. People knew you were there.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Definitely. I'm going to get a whole new crowd.
Wait, so have you never been before?
I've never been to a Renaissance fair. No.
Okay. Well, I'm so excited for you. They do have a lot of beer stations. They do have a lot of
beer. I'm so excited.
They do have a lot of
I hate the way beer makes me feel.
Oh, why?
My
Like
stomach.
your stomach hurt. Yeah.
My tummy
You told me so.
You'll tell me.
She papatui tapatui.
My papatui to me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
It
I can
holds.
see that. I think the last I remember is that they also have like experiences where you can see different tradesmen and women.
I think that's going to be the thing. I think there's going to be booths of leather goods.
So
Like,
many
of like
leather pouches.
People who've taken
So many leather
like
pouches.
made wooden cups.
Wooden legs.
Yeah. Wooden huzzah sticks.
Maypoles.
Jousting. I'm sure there's going to be jousting maybe.
I think you're right.
It'll be
Also-
like medieval nights.
Well, I told you that this
And
summer.
I've never been and I want to go.
Me neither. I told you this summer that when we don't have anything to do and it's me and you and Scooby and we're bored this summer, I'm going to take her to medieval times.
That would be so much fun.
I think she'll be frightened, but
She
I'll
will,
like it.
But it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But I'll like it.
Yeah, I think she'll
we
be
took
scared.
her to monster trucks.
She was.
And that's scarier.
Yeah, we did
That-
take her to do that.
yeah.
She was all right
She
there.
was, like she was nervous, but she was fine.
That was so crazy.
Because we talked it out.
The monster trucks are. Why is that an American pastime? You know,
Because it's America.
but who said
Boys.
we're going to take this on a tour?
Boys did. They're like, "Ugh, trucks, monsters. Boom, 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 boom.
Grave digger.
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Glizzies.
Yeah.
Boys love to say glizzy. Like when they're talking about a hot dog.
hot dog, yeah.
They just say hot dog. You can say glizzy too. I think it's cute.
Is that a
but they love to
Midwestern
say
thing?
it.
I feel like that's a
I don't
Midwestern
know.
thing.
I did not hear it until like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. And you just went to the Braves game, so I'm sure somebody
Yes.
told you about
Someone
a
said,
glizzy.
someone was talking to their friend and they were like, I crushed a glizzy as soon as we got there. And I was like, very fun, very cool. Very cool.
That's not its Christian name. Don't call it a glizzy.
No, it's a hot dog,
It's a
hot dog, hot
hit
diggity dog.
It's a hot dog.
Also, last night I was with a group of people and someone said they wanted to go to the Camus night at this restaurant. Camus the winemaker. It's a very nice
Oh.
winemaker out of California.
Okay, yes.
And at some steakhouse.
My mind went to, I don't know why, M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay, well,
I don't know why.
I'm
I
gonna tell
thought
you
that
what
was like
my
M. Night
mind went
Shyamalan
to.
night and it's going to be spooky scary and they're going to do, why did I think that?
Well, they said we want to do. Oh, aren't we going to go do that Camus night? And I go medieval nights.
More
I thought
jousting?
they meant medieval times.
Well, I thought they went Sixth Sense. What else did he direct?
I don't know.
Blair Witch Project? No, that wasn't him.
No, that was like a college student.
I never watched that.
I haven't either.
Film.
The movie.
The suspense, even though I don't even know if it actually shows anything, because I think it's more of a suspense thriller.
Yeah.
Absolutely nart on that.
Yeah.
Again, easily disturbed.
I don't like to see people lose their minds.
No thanks.
I think it's too real.
Because so it hits too close to home for us.
Yeah.
Like a little bit too like this could happen.
It's just like it could happen to anyone.
Including me. Actually, mostly me.
Mostly me.
Mostly
yeah.
me.
I'm worried about me.
Always.
You should be too. I did want to go back to the thing we were talking about earlier about like celebrity brands.
I love that.
I think celebrity brands are very interesting. One celebrity brand that I saw, it always comes back to TikTok. I love a TikTok.
Yeah.
But I saw that this photographer was talking about how Poosh, which is Kourtney Kardashian's brand, tried to hire her like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago for Coachella for this booth. And they wanted to hire her to come and take photos of their station. And I guess I've never been to Coachella. I do know Palm Springs is a hop, skip, and a jump outside of LA. Like it is not... Even if you're based out of LA, you have to stay the night in Palm Springs with all the traffic, with all of it. Like
It's
you
the
couldn't-
desert.
Yeah, you can't just pop in. It's not like just right out of the city. It's quite a bit out. Anywho, the way they thought payment would go when she was like, okay, this is my this is like what I charge for this type of event, whatever. And they were like, well, actually, we were planning on paying you in tags. Like they will tag her for photography business, which I think is crazy because this is a Kardashian brand.
Also, I'm not going to be able to pay my mortgage with a tag. Hello, Wells Fargo.
No, someone.
Do you accept
I
tags?
immediately go to the comments and someone said, okay, I'm just going to ask my landlord if I can pay him in
I'm
tags.
in a tag. Yeah, absolutely
Tag my
not.
landlord. No, and I want to talk about this because as an actor, I am paid
And Skittles.
in tags, literally in tags. They're like, it's good exposure. That's what they say. And let me tell you something. Your short film is not exposure. So unless you're my friend, it's totally different if it's my friend or someone brings this to me and it's like maybe a day's work and it's not on a day that I'm working. Good luck there. But like, it's something that I want on my reel and I know you're using good cameras and I know you have a good editor, then I'm going to do it. But it is quite crazy. Even when I get hired on actual professional gigs, like I was talking to a friend who just got a contract sent to her that says, these are the 2 weeks that this project will be filming. We are going to need you for a day, but in the contract, somewhere within the wording, and obviously they're just copy and pasting this stuff, but somewhere in there it says during this window of time, you cannot work for any other production.
How long is the window of time?
2 weeks. And they're working for one day. And this has happened to me recently, like a few months back. And my agents obviously were like, no, don't sign that. We'll remedy this. And they did. And oftentimes those production companies, because they're paying you so low, they really can't come after you litigiously anyway. Litigiously. Wow. The more you know. But it's just crazy. And I think like, I understand that it's really hard to pay people when you don't have money because I too am an independent filmmaker and that's why you hire your friends.
I think that's also important that everyone should always know that when you get a contract, you don't have to sign it the way it is for anything.
No,
like for anything
you
at
can
all.
negotiate.
In any capacity of your life, you do not have to sign an agreement as it is presented to you. If there's anything in there you want to change, if there's anything you want to strike or ask for revisions on, like that is a very important thing to understand.
You need to read everything. Don't be too excited about a job because I'm yawning.
Here she goes. You know what I've been wanting to look up that I have been forgetting? I want to look up
why I'm yawning.
I know that we have a couple of theories, but I'm gonna source
bring
the
that.
internet.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that to the next, and also leave it in the comments below. Leave a review.
Leave
Say
a
Haley
review.
has this disease anyway.
It's
5
a
stars.
condition. She's got a condition.
But I think sometimes people get so excited, and I know I get excited when I book a job, especially if it's like with a bigger production company. I'm like, ooh, and then I read the contract and I'm like, ooh,
Yeah, I think that's
nar.
happened to everybody. In some way, shape, or form, you've gotten something and you've been so excited about it that maybe you signed it too quickly, or you agreed to the terms too quickly, or you just said yes verbally to someone too quickly without like thinking it through. And
Yeah.
I think that everyone can relate to that. I can
Yeah.
relate to that a bajillion times over. But don't ever sign anything or say yes to anything without thinking it through and then going, actually, I'd like to change some things. I'd like to amend
Yeah.
some things. It's so easy to do, and most people will work with you on it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not. It doesn't have to be.
It's more
so
trouble to go find someone else when they've already decided you're the person for this job. I mean, I'm not going to say that with acting so much because sometimes they're like, forget it. Like, I've had that happen with a job before where I was like, oh no, I don't want to do full frontal because that wasn't in the agreement to begin with. And they're like, what? Well, we want the option, which I was like,
the option.
what is this?
The option for my boobies? I don't think so.
And
And my booty?
my
And everything?
thing. I said, no, thanks, Tom Hanks. It
Which
was
is-
not Tom Hanks.
Also,
way.
I sent Haley a
I just
text
say
a few
that.
weeks ago because I was watching the new little Scooby-Doo Jennifer Lawrence rom-com
Oh, yeah.
that I can't remember. It's called like Can't Hardly Wait. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't remember what
no,
it's called.
but it's like where the parents hire her to like take the V card of their 18-year-old son before he goes to college to make him cool,
to de-baby their son.
which
but
is so disgusting.
She
The thought of it.
went full nudity on
frontal.
this crazy beach scene where she's like actually in some she's in some combat. She's fighting naked. And I had to Google. I was like, did she do this? And she
And then-
totally did it.
And I said, when she was like, I can't believe she did that. And I looked up how much she made. It was like 40 million. I was like, I can.
yeah. I mean, it was a very
And
nice
that's like
lump sum
before
money.
everything else. Like,
Also, to be fair, sometimes I think that she looks beautiful, and I'm like, maybe in
Yeah.
her mind, she was like, I'm only gonna do this right now, and I'm gonna like do it when my bod is so hot to put it in a time
Fossilize.
capsule. Yeah, fossilize, put it in a
Yeah.
time capsule for the world of just how hot I was. I mean, I think she'll probably be hot for the rest of her life,
She will.
just by proxy.
yeah, she's just stunning,
But-
and also she's just hot.
Yeah, but I thought that was cray.
Yeah, no, it is crazy.
Would you do that for that? Like, let's say you were in that. You were established in your career in the same way that she was, and then an opportunity came up for you to have a naked, funny fight scene for $40 million. Would you do it?
I'd have to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say to my agent now, I don't have any hard lines with nudity because I don't know, I'm my cave woman breastfeeding my child. Like, and it's important to the story that you see this. I don't want to be a naked girl. No, seriously. Like,
I just
you're
picture
laughing.
you. No, I'm laughing because I picture you as Wilma, and it went back to when that one time when
Okay,
we recast the
recast the
Flintstones
Flintstones,
they're
and Barry
they're a
Keoghan
Stone Age.
is
Is
the
the
dog.
That's. I was laughing because of that.
Dino.
Dino, Barry
Oh my gosh,
Keoghan
stop.
cast him as Dino right away.
Oh my gosh. And then
He'd sign that
Sabrina
offer.
Carpenter is
Pebbles.
Velma. Why is she a child? She's a grown woman.
She's small.
But she's just
small.
short.
No, she's small. Sorry, you get typecast. Small little girl. Forever.
Well, that's tough. No, but I would just have to read it, to be honest, because if it called for it in some way and it was going to serve the story, maybe. I don't know. I couldn't say until I was in that position. But if it's like just for sexiness purposes, it's always a no for me. Like, it is literally nothing against anyone who decides to do that. But I don't want men are just sorry, I'm bashing men right now, but men are so disgusting.
Oh.
Sorry. They are. Their brains are naturally unwell, and I guess they have to be trained out of being disgusting and like trained to be good, whole people. But we've all heard the bear or man method. Like, would you rather be stuck in the woods with a bear or a man? And everybody says a bear. Everybody does. And I get it because there are some men who are seriously so deranged. There are also women who are, but they're not going to kill you. They're not going to strangle you dead.
I would do a funny nude fight scene for $40 million. Specifically, if we're going to like go with like what she did, I'm like, I would definitely do that. I would definitely say.
It would just depend.
I would
I
go for
haven't
it.
seen the movie either, so I couldn't tell you.
I would say, hiya, hiya, what's up,
Huzzah.
what's up,
Huzzah.
huzzah, huzzah.
Huzzah.
Look at my.
I would do a naked scene with a bear. Why are you saying But you were just going to do a fight scene.
Because my mind went to Bear Grylls. I don't know why.
What's
I
Bear
know
Grylls?
Bear Grylls is a man. When you
Oh.
said bear, my mind went to a man named Bear Grylls.
Why didn't
He's
why
a
did it
survival.
not go
He's
to the
a wilderness
bear
survival
of Chicago, which is
can't-
Jeremy?
I can't
whatever
help you. I don't
his face.
understand. I don't know. That's what Bear Grylls is a
I don't know who that
survivalist
is.
man. He goes out into
Wait,
the wilderness.
and also, who was the rapper from New Orleans? It was something bear. The
Poppy
one.
Bear. Oh no, I'm leaving home with my side cheeks.
Oh, yeah, side
your
piece.
side cheeks. I'm popping out with my side cheeks. Ay.
In
His
every
name-
swimsuit, in every
His name was
bikini.
Papa Tui.
Papa to it to me too.
I forget. You'll.
Papa to it to me. Talk Papa to it to me.
I think we're
Poppy?
putting too much. I think it's Papa Tui me, Poppy, like Papa Tui, because it
No, what I said originally was talk Papa to it to me, Daddy. Poppy. Not
talk
Daddy.
Papa Tui me. Oh, talk Papa Tui to me,
Poppy.
Ah,
Yes.
talk Papa Tui to me, puppy.
Yes. Congrats.
I needed that talk to go before for me to get it.
Yes.
Thank you. Talk Papa Tui to
well,
me,
that's
puppy.
Yeah, you don't say.
I'll never-
I did say Papa to it to me.
But
Poppy.
I couldn't get my
Yeah.
mind around that.
Yeah. Okay. you just need to
Obviously,
talk-
for obvious reasons, I needed that in the front.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
grief.
I also love how you just were like, let's get out of Haley talking bad about men.
Oh no, I just needed
I was
to say
like,
that.
men are disgusting.
No, I just needed everyone to know that
And
I
they
would,
are.
in fact, do that for that amount of money.
Yeah.
And that's how she and I are different.
Yeah.
Is that she has a few more morals than I do.
No, I don't think it's morals because I think, I mean, if we were in Europe, this wouldn't be a thing because people don't look at naked bodies the same way they do in America.
I think men in Europe absolutely look at naked bodies the same way, for sure. I think that it's not so. I don't necessarily think that they're.
But it's more normalized, so they're not like
They might not be as rabid about it, but I
Yeah.
still think that they look at it in the
because
same
they're
way.
because they're men, and that's unfortunate.
I think it's a worldwide condition.
yeah.
That
Stop doing
they've
that.
been conditioned to
Look,
go.
where's your mother?
Maybe that's a problem. Do you want to talk about it?
I don't.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't want to talk about it with you. That's for a therapist to deal with, but also you'd do anything to not go to therapy. So
Oh my Lord! She said that. She said
I
that
just
about
need to go
you.
work out more. Anyway,
You're going to the Ren Fair this weekend. It's
Yeah.
also a holiday weekend. It's Memorial Day
Yeah.
weekend. And I'm going to the Charleston area, which is where my husband's family lives. Some of his family lives out there. It's not
Yeah.
in Charleston proper. I'm never going to tell you where. Don't even ask.
no one's gonna ask.
You're not going to
No
ask.
one's gonna ask.
Are you sure?
Except
people
the men's.
might.
The men will. The
No,
men's
some
will.
people might ask me. They be asking me stuff. But we're going to go do that. And my mother-in-law mentioned wanting to take all of the grandkids to this place near her called Birds of Prey, which is a
So you go
big
see-
sanctuary type thing where they have loads and
Didn't
loads
you
of birds
go
of
to
prey.
this?
No, I've never been.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm sort of afraid because we've got some of the younger kids with us that, like, I don't know, a hawk's going to swoop down and scoop one of them up, you know? Oh my gosh, you know Wizard of Oz when those flying monkeys come and they like grab them
Yeah.
and they swoop them? That's something what I'm envisioning. Maybe even for me. If enough of them tried, they might be able to pick me up. Where would they take me, do you think?
A tree.
Yeah.
Logically, a tree. But like in my
Probably.
mind, if so
I'm
if
thinking more
the
of a
Wizard
cave.
of Oz monkeys did it,
Mm-hmm. To the top of a castle is where they
I
take
think they
me.
would take you to a castle.
Yeah, they take me to the
I
top
think
of
they
a
would
castle.
lock you in, and you'd have a bucket of water there, and you'd be like, "What do they want with me in this bucket of water?" And then I think you'd soak your feet because you'd be like, well, "Why not?"
Soak my feet.
Yeah, because your feet are dirty from flying through the sky.
What happened to my shoes?
They flew off.
Or they picked me up and my shoes just stayed on the ground, but they picked
'cause
my
that's
whole
how
body out.
fast they picked you up. You
Ah,
lost
like a cartoon.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is a cartoon.
Or maybe they would pick me up, take me to a cave where you'd be waiting as a cave woman breastfeeding your child. And then I would feel like,
And I'd be doing full frontal.
and you,
No, I feel like I'm crossing my legs.
yeah, no,
Or
not full
holding the
frontal.
baby here.
No.
I don't think you could talk me into full frontal. Now that I'm thinking of, now that I'm thinking of it, like I would block myself in a way where I'd be like, the baby's here
Not even
on
for
my
this
hoo-ha.
wonderful feature film featuring these flying monkeys and me. You
and
still
$40
wouldn't-
million. Like I think I would just naturally cover my hoo ha.
I think you should.
I think I should too.
I don't think anyone.
I have children.
There's nothing.
I don't have children.
I don't know what.
But I imagine my children like going back. I've always thought of this. Like, what if the kids that I nanny want to watch something that I've been on?
that Aunt
like,
Haley's in. Yeah.
I've been a prostitute
I don't know what
on William Trent.
putting your hoo-ha into a scene adds to it. It doesn't add anything to it, you know? Like having a
I know, and
hoo-ha.
that's raises the question: why is my hoo-ha out?
It's not. Your legs are crossed.
Why am I doing full frontal?
Your legs are
Caitlin,
crossed.
Even if I'm sitting like wide-legged,
You're gonna have a piece of
I will
cloth
have a
on you.
baby. I will rest the child across my lap as if it's a leather skirt.
As if it's
And I
a
will lean down to
it's
feed
a pelt, an animal pelt that your husband killed for you because it's
because he didn't want my hoo-ha
exactly
because I was cold.
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, chivalry.
Is not dead.
It's not
if you're a
dead.
caveman, and we cracked the case. We got to go back all the way to caveman days, reprogram, and then they can come back.
They can come back.
Anyway, I might go to Birds of Prey and look at a couple
Hopefully.
of dangerous birdies.
Birds.
And my mother-in-law also has a gigantic bouncy house slide thing that's also a water park
Oh my gosh,
that
these
the
look
kids
so fun.
will guarantee to hurt themselves on.
Yeah, they will.
They
They're
do
gonna be
every
crying.
year.
They're
Sonny
gonna
got
be
a
crying.
Scooby. You know what? You can't win them all.
Yeah.
Scooby got a
Don't listen that hard.
black eye one time on it because her and her
She
cousins
did.
have a collision.
Yeah, their heads.
So-
Little kids' heads. We don't talk about it enough. They weigh too much. Like,
Oh my gosh.
the way. Okay, so one of the babies that I nanny, sometimes she does like half contact naps. So like half of her
Yeah.
naps, like she's by herself, but then the other half, like I go in there because and support the rest of her nap. And it is such a dream of mine. It is the best thing ever. But when she wakes up, she does this twitch thing where she
Oh,
rackets
God.
her noodle, and she is a year old. She is a small baby and a petite baby at that. Not a large head. The head matches the body. Like it's not like Boss Baby. She does this, and then she fidgets back down, and then she hits my chin, and I'm like, I'm
Does
trying
she
to be quiet.
Bust your nose wide open.
She does it all, and then she'll again, and I'm like, she doesn't feel it either. How does she not feel it? Like she's fine.
It's
but
the same-
my ears are ringing, and I'm like,
Do you, when you're falling asleep, do you ever catch yourself doing that twitch thing?
yeah, but I don't.
I'm wondering
her
if this is the
whole
same
body-
thing though, because she's so small.
But it's at the end of her nap.
Instead of her falling asleep,
Yes.
she's twitching awake.
Yes.
I don't know.
But all babies do this.
Their heads be
Their heads, and even when you're
Knocking.
playing with them, and they don't flinch. Like they'll run into you with their head. This happened with Scooby. She would be like, boink to me, and I'd be like, like sing like the birds are going around my
Yeah.
head. And she's just like, ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, oh my God.
Also, it doesn't
I can't
make
see straight.
any sense because their soft spots are still closing up.
Yeah.
Stop
Soft
hitting
spots
me.
really freak me out.
Oh, I don't even want to go there. Not today. Not on this.
No, I don't
day.
think we're ever going to go there.
I don't want to talk about it.
This is not a medical
It
podcast.
gives me the willies.
It does.
It's not. Yeah. I
But
don't
like,
want to talk
why
about
do
that.
their heads hurt so bad?
Um.
And why do they not feel it? Are the nerves because they're soft spots? I feel like if you're a year, I don't feel like there were soft spots when you were a year.
I think that it's still fusing. I think your skull is still
That
fusing together.
disgusts me.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Do I still have a soft spot? I kind of feel like I might still
I
have.
feel
a
like my
soft
whole
spot.
head is a soft spot.
Yeah, my whole body is a soft spot at this point.
Unfortunately, mine is too.
Oh God.
I don't have time to do anything.
Do you have any last thoughts
Um,
on our catch up today? This was a good catch up.
it was a good catch up. It's very like adventurous. I feel like we went up, down, all around.
It's so Epcot of us to do this.
This was very Epcot.
This was a very Epcot. Maybe that's from last episode.
So if you don't know, then your order is up. Your order's ready.
And listen, anything else?
I would like to say, ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Dónde está?
¿Dónde
el
está?
biblioteca?
Mi pantalones.
Yes.
Mariposa.
And eres tú. ¿Dónde está la cabeza? Mi abuela. That's a Bridesmaids reference. by the way.
Corazón. Mi
Azul.
corazón. Mi corazón es rojo. Adiós.
Pollo
loco. Rate your review.
Yes. Write a review.
Please write a review on Apple.
Yeah.
Please rate us on Spotify. We are very appreciative of that.
It helps a lot.
And if you have like a question or you want to say something silly, goofy, if you're in a silly, goofy mood, leave a little comment under your review on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah. Also, it'd be really cool. And we just like want more feedback all the time. We just want to hear like what's going on in your noggin.
But not don't be mean.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That goes without saying.
I don't know.
Be a personality hire. Don't be a poopy hire. A caca hire.
And please subscribe. You can subscribe and download our episodes, and you can also watch us on YouTube.
And share this with a friend. But
please
DM us. And if you have things that you would like us to talk about, or you like directions of episodes, please holla at your girls.
Yeah. And with that, we will see you next Thursday.
Janine, take us home, sis. Ah.